All right, today on our lunch break, I'm just going to take a quick moment to actually describe your true name. Hmm? And by your true name, I do not mean Cindy, I do not mean Karen, I do not mean Shaylin, I do not mean Jennifer, I do not mean Cindy, John, Mark, Brian, or any other identity, false identity, egoic identity that we use to interact in this world so that we can interact with experience. By your true name, I mean I am. Okay? I want to break down the name into the two components that are confusing you all so that you can understand that there is no division between yourself and God. Okay? The I, this is you. This is yours. I. Okay? Cannot be divided. I. All right? And the am is the state of being. All right? So I plus your state of being equals God, which is you, the whole universe. Your state of being animates everything outside of you. Everything. This is why you are told repeatedly, if you know yourself, you know the kingdom of God. Okay? Happiness. All right. This is important because there is an invisible aspect of yourself everywhere at once. What you are seeing is the bodies, for example, that you are seeing are nothing more than patterns of you, infinite states of your being. There are going to be experiences that you have not had before, and there are going to be experiences that you had, and they're going to be all jumbled up into various different examples of you appearing as other bodies. Okay? There is no division. The one expresses as the many, but your state of being is what's being shown. Okay? I am doesn't work without you. It does not work without you. That is the utmost, most beautiful act of love that you will ever encounter, because it must work with you and never without you. It cannot exist. What you are seeing when you say, I am tired, okay? Say, I'm tired. All right, fine. Not only will you feel tired, you will see infinite examples outside of what appears to be outside of you, but it's really the world behind your eyes, that will show you infinite examples of being tired. Okay? I'm simplifying it, but I'm trying to say this in the simplest way possible. To understand your invisible nature, you must be able to look past what you can see, the visible side, and recognize yourself anyway. Okay? And there are varying examples of this. These examples are going to vary from every extreme possible. Extremes that you may not identify with being in the moment, this is called your judgment mirror. And your judgment mirror will appear as the opposite of what you think you are, and an extreme version to help you understand what you truly are. So even that serves you. But what we have to do, what we really have to understand, is that there is no division. When you're able to be more than one body at once, when you understand it's all you no matter what, something happens in your reality that flips a switch. Okay? Because you can never escape yourself. You can never escape yourself. You will keep drawing experiences to yourself that you are accepting or rejecting, but there really are just regurgitated memories of you. And they're going to be recycled, and they're going to be recycled often until you accept them. And guess what? Sometimes they continually get worse, because one way or another, you have to be shown what needs to be corrected in yourself so that the world outside can start showing up differently. But it's never out there. It's always with you. Okay? You are being, and then those two things, your thoughts and the material world, are one and the same whole. And then everything you think you are seeing outside of you is a reflection of that. It's always you. Every single last memory has been made into various components of you. This is why I became a coach. Because I realized every single person that came to me and asked me for help gave me clarity as to what was being held in my space that needed correcting. Or it was a look into the future, or it was a look into the past, or it was a look into the current moment. But in all instances, okay, and by future, past, and present, I am referring to the way that I have measured all time now in order to be able to relate to it. This measurement comes from me, okay, because all time exists now. The reality in which I was a 5-year-old and the 7-year-old and a 20-year-old and the 90-year-old are all existing now. I'm not there now, however, but they're still existing now. We create these measurement units. Everything is you. Everything. When you are after an SP, okay, regardless of who they are, if you understand that you are God, all things return to source. When you understand that you are God, you are able to love with a certain amount of detachment that is not needy, that does not require anything, that does not fear losing ever, because you can't lose yourself. You lose the illusion of division, and you're supposed to do that. But you don't lose yourself ever. And when you know this, like you know this, like you know this, okay, the rest of the world shows up exactly as you are. And they choose you. They know they can have any other body, but no, it's yours that they want. Because they see you everywhere, inside everyone. I'm telling you this because I didn't understand this. It took my getting into a relationship and having the other person point out all the things that were happening to me, and in retrospect be like, oh my God, those are my experiences. That's me. And for me to bridge the gap and truly master what love is and become that other body and make no divisions. And when I did that, I defied the laws of everything. Because in that moment, I understood I was on the other side of the veil. And that's when I had my spiritual and mystical experience. That was when I was jogging 3 years ago. And that was the day that the apparition of Jesus appeared. I went through the body. And that's when my mind set up showed me inside the inner workings of the veil, showed me how the one appear as many. I was gone for at least 2 hours. It felt like only 10 minutes, okay? But I was shown around the inner workings. And from that point forward, I was never, ever, 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 ever fooled again by the illusion of another for long. You can't. God, Jesus Christ, everybody shows up specifically to teach you, the one person that didn't even believe they existed, and breaks down heaven and breaks down the illusion and tells you, here's what's happening behind the veil. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what your brain does. The world is behind you. All of this stuff. And you learn this stuff and you realize, oh my God, you can't. There is no one can ever convince me it doesn't work otherwise. A divine hand reached down and purposely showed me. I know it sounds crazy. I don't care if you don't believe me. I'm just sharing my experience. Okay? The mystical experiences that Neville Goddard had are the same exact ones that I had. That's how come I know the man is telling the truth. That's how come I can get behind his teachings. I'm not the person that's gullible. I'm not the person that is easily taken for a ride. No, I'm going to test that stuff out. Once it's proven to me, I'm like, experience trumps hearsay. And that's why I know what I know. Okay? You are everything. That's what it means to be the I am. When you understand this is your real name, this is the game changer. This is the game changer. Because now, anything you want is yours. You know who you are. You don't worry about losing anyone. You don't worry about fights. You place it in God's hands and you show up and you enjoy life from a totally different perspective. Because you know who you are. You know that whatever you do in yourself, you are doing globally and that everyone feels it. You know that the time that you take to fix yourself will fix the outside world and people will show up differently. So you stop working out there and you start doing the only thing in the world that matters, and that's loving yourself as God. Because you know your true identity. Yeah? So, remember this. When you are looking at the I am, outside of you, you are looking at all of your experiences. It's whatever you are being, state of being. Okay? God cannot be divided. That means you are God, I. Whoever you're being will be what you're shown. This is your inheritance. This is the universal design. This is true of everyone. I am not special in any way. The only thing I have done is taken the teachings, applied them to my life, and realized, holy cow, that's heaven. It's right there. I see it. Okay? So people will ask questions like, are angels real? And I'm like, everything is. Okay? Everything is, to a certain degree. But it's coming from within, and there are infinite worlds within. Okay? In the past, people used to say, I want to go home, because they referred to themselves as being aliens to this planet. And they would say, I want to go home, I want to go home. Well, what they didn't realize is the reason they felt so bad and so lonely is because they were already home. Their home was inside their body. And they could have gone at any point in time. And the reason that they felt bad is because they didn't know what they had within them. And therefore, the bad feeling was an indication of wrong thought. Right? But I hope this helps with, in terms of everything as you pushed out, understand what you're seeing. It's never out there. It's what you are being that determines this. Okay? Certain levels of emotions then create external circumstances. But if you know you are first cause, then every effect is yours. And when we can stop blaming others, when we can take a serious, honest look at that, you can appreciate your universe in a whole different light. But it is your universe, and it is you at all times. Every romantic relationship, every platonic relationship, every co-worker, every experience is you. When you really know yourself this way, when you accept this and you love these experiences so much, like truly, truly love them, okay? It is so easy to encounter a world that loves you back. Okay? They're not always going to understand you, and that's okay. They're understanding from their perspective. Let them go, like God. You let them go. They always return to source. I don't care who they are. They always return to source. Okay? When you love with this kind of detachment, when you are absolutely free, when you say, you are welcome to come into my world and enjoy my world. If you want out, the door is wide open. I will never stop you. I will never beg you. If it means that you would be happier without me, then I want you to have that. as much as it hurts me to watch you walk out the door, I'm going to let you walk out the door. Okay? Because love is not possession. Okay? But the one thing that I know that makes it so easy to say is everything returns to God. Therefore, as long as I know that I am God, that person will never be gone for long. Ever. They'll come back. See? So the shortcut, the major shortcut is know who you are. And then you don't have to worry about these things. Then these lessons don't get set up for you. You know, and if they do not worry. Do not worry. Please do not worry, okay? Because the lessons are necessary steps to getting to know who you are and how you react in cause and effect situations. So it's never about judgment, but it is about knowing how important you are to the equation, okay? Because everything outside is you. Everything, okay? I've yet to meet someone that says to me, this is my experience and I don't know how to handle it, okay? I've yet to have that happen. And when I tell you I hear doozies, I hear doozies, okay? Like Cindy, an alien just came to my baby's side and I was terrified and no one will believe me. And you are the only one that has the guts to say that they exist, so I need to talk to you about it. This is a common occurrence in my life. Okay? My experiences are not rejected. Therefore, when people come to me, they're simply sharing my experiences. Okay? This is helpful to know. Know who you are. It's important. The relationship hits different. The relationship hits different when you don't need. Okay? They want to be with you. Try it. Okay, that's it. I don't want to take too long. Love you.